Okay, it's recording.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about the Industrial Revolution. I'm just kidding. I'm playing. I don't know.
Tell you about slavery. That's what I can talk to you about. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I don't see that. Slavery seems a little earlier, to be honest with you.
I say that because I read a lot more about slavery than the Industrial Revolution,
Okay.
but I do know what it meant to industrialize the country because the country was once farming land and then became more of a industry where they were making things that were not on the farm.
Right. But yeah, I guess tell me about the 60s. I don't know.
Okay, tell you about the 60s. Okay.
I don't know. Well, I guess from
Well,
your perspective, it's like I'm not trying to say tell me about. I don't know. I can't think of. Don't tell me about Jimi Hendrix. No.
yeah.
No, I'm saying like tell me about I guess your experience.
Okay,
Like,
well,
walking
I
around.
was born in 1959,
Mhm.
so I was 1 year old when the 60s hit,
Right.
which means that I kind of grew up in the 60s, like,
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say you're 50, like a 50s person.
right,
Yeah.
right. I wasn't born in the early 50s, so what I saw and experienced from 1959 to 1970, because that's the 10 years in between, it was probably seeing my sisters and seeing what they were going through or listening to the music of what they were listening to because I have
Try to hold the mic closer,
okay, because
yeah.
I have several older sisters and brothers, so because I'm number 10, so I'm the from the top, the 10th one.
You're the 10th sibling.
I have 13 brothers and
That's
sisters,
crazy.
but if you count from the top, I'm number 10 going down. There are 3 younger ones that are under me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say I really like the 60s music because I heard so much of it growing up in my household, and the 60s was a big time in history because that was the time when a lot of things were happening for black people, good things like, voting rights, in the Deep South. Things like we were beginning to have rallies to sort of advocate that we were proud to be who we were. Like
Right.
James Brown, he was singing songs like, I'm black and I'm proud.
Right.
Say it loud. So the 60s was seemed like an exciting time to grow up in. And I really like the 60s.
Right.
Probably most of my my actually formative years when I became like a teenager, it was in the 70s. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, I was in middle school, then high school. So 70s is
Formative.
probably the time that I was kind of getting into my own, becoming who I was.
Right. Like I never been one of those kids. People were just like, yeah, you're from the 90s, but I mean, I don't know what the heck was going on in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, people are thinking like I was listening to Dr. Dre.
Right.
Like I'm really claiming all that, but
Right.
I just feel like my eyes were really opening by the time it was like 2003 or something.
Yeah.
Walking around, doing my own thing.
Right. Because I know that even you, as a kid, like at 1 year old, you was hearing the music played in the
Yeah.
household. You couldn't play your own music, but you was hearing the music that your father and I
Yeah.
listened to. So you were getting some experiences from the
Right.
60s,
Right.
and the 70s and the 80s.
Right.
But as far as your peers and what you probably was grooving to
Yeah, I don't know.
was the
Around, like,
80s
Yeah, pretty much.
or the night.
I mean,
No. Could you like the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s?
2000, yeah, I was like,
Yeah. I'm
what?
saying
So I don't remember. Yeah.
right.
I was listening to Zappin' the band.
Right.
Zapp-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, y'all playing that. I had no idea how current it was when I was a kid. How, Dad was always playing Snoop Dogg or something.
Right.
And
Right.
it's crazy how that came out. Like that was only like 2 years old or 5 years old.
Right. That's
Not
true.
2 years old maybe. I don't know. Dad was listening to Dad loves playing. He loved playing Ice Cube.
You did?
Yeah, he's always playing, but like not like, like I don't know.
Give me an example of Ice Cube. Ice Cube song.
When Ice
'Cause I
Cube.
get Ice Cube and Ice T mixed up. You know that.
Oh my goodness,
I know,
that's
I
funny.
know.
Yeah, well, one of them, one of them was one of them rapped longer, and one of them was in a crime scene investigation.
One of them still is.
yeah.
And one of them is doing commercials
Yeah.
about car insurance or car shield.
Ice Cube's doing.
He said, man, he says, like, I like my cars, and you like your cars too, right? But when they break down, you don't have money to pay for it. Because you don't watch TV
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, but yeah, I guess Ice Cube,
Yeah.
he seems like he's at that point, like
Ice-T.
like all these retired artists and sports people, athletes and people start doing like icy hot commercials.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like.
Yeah, but
that's
I don't
true.
know. The turn of the millennium is like my formative years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
2000.
yeah, because I was like 10 in 2002.
Oh, okay, you were.
So,
Okay.
so that's when like you start developing your personality because
Yes,
like
yes.
you kind of just like kids don't listen to music like really what I mean? Kids don't have
they
like
just hear it in their
yeah, you
household,
know what I
but they
mean?
don't go
Like
I like that song.
yeah,
Play that song.
exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or your friends be singing it at school.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. You just listen to it. Anything. I was listening to like Nelly. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I like Nelly and all, but you're just like, I don't know.
I think, whenever we would get in the car together and drive,
Yeah.
you, me, Orlando, and your dad, your father would put on music that we liked. We
Right.
didn't say, hey, what you guys want to listen to?
Yeah.
Y'all just had to put up.
But I got cursing.
See, I got cursing in that song. We ain't listening to it. That's how we used to say it, right?
Yeah.
Right? And as we put on some of my oldies, like, hey, Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
or we put on some of Dad's reggae.
Yeah,
Hey,
reggae. I just remember being I have a new appreciation for reggae.
Yeah.
But I was like so bored listening to reggae back in the
For
day.
real?
I just didn't get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just of course. I don't know. Like you're pretty. You're not very eclectic when you're a kid. You're kind of just like I don't know.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, you're just like, but yeah, you listen. Even right now, I feel like I can't even get you to get like you to listen to a new album. It's just, no, not in a bad way. I think it's funny. It's just like, yeah, boy, give me some James Brown. Put some James Brown on.
After a while, you know that.
Yeah,
I could go on for about 15, 20 minutes.
I'm just like,
and it's like
dang.
put on some 1970s.
Yeah, pretty much.
movie.
Yeah, I don't. It's just I pretty much. If I'm putting out a song for you, it's from like 1987 and back.
Yeah, that's true. But I did like that one song.
Oh Lord, I know what it is.
Hey, what song is that?
I know I can be what I want to be. Like, boy, see, you don't got to be all that cursing. You ain't got to curse. See, this is a good song. And like, whenever me and Orlando would think about rapping, you'd be like, don't be doing that. Like, you should be rapping like this. You don't got to curse. You ain't got to do all that. Yeah, it's just like, see, look at what's his name? What's his Boz? And his Nas. His name is Nas.
I'll say, what's his name?
Yeah.
Like, oh, mama.
Other song is no, not even. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Even though that was pretty much the one, but I'm thinking Gold Digger by Kanye West, because it has like Ray Charles. It's Jamie Foxx, but it has the Ray Charles like she gave me money. It's funny, like your little finger wave thing, and you're like, boy,
you give me money
when I'm in need.
When I'm in need.
Yeah.
I hear something. He's way across town. I love that song. I love the beat. I'm glad they redid it. Because Jamie Foxx really added a good touch on it. I love that song. It's a good dancing song.
Right.
Yeah. And so remember I used to listen to that other song by Ja Rule?
What song by Ja Rule?
It was a song that
with the Shanti or something like that.
Yeah.
How's it go?
How does it go? It was
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was Ja Rule and Ashanti, right?
The way you talk. I'm ready. The way you talk. Or something like that. Something like that. It was like, and I can't go on without you. Something like that. I think that's the song.
You got the right idea. You got that raspy voice. I love
it. Yeah.
And then, and I kind of like 50 Cent in the club. No, that's Nelly. Who's in the club?
That's the 50 Cent. 50 Cent. Yeah.
But Nelly was the one that is what was the Nelly one I like?
It's getting hot in here.
Getting hot in
and
here.
he has like a couple of ones.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
All the other ones I can't get. Like Air Force One. I'm like, you talking about some shoes, some tennis shoes?
I didn't think you would remember that song.
My Air Force One.
Yeah.
I listened to it. I was like, what kind of nonsense
man,
is that?
I remember the Air Force Ones, man. At the time, like. Because he also made a song called Apple Bottom Jeans. He was a businessman,
What's Apple Bottom Jeans? Those are jeans, huh?
Yeah, jeans. Apple Bottom jeans.
I saw them.
Yeah. You saw, like,
in
recently?
the store. Yeah.
You talking about the Goodwill?
Yeah, I did.
Because no one wants to wear those things.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder who made these because they made for black women.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Or
Yeah, and I
or
was
to
like-
or to seem as voluptuous as a black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
The curves.
Yeah, exactly. Apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, okay.
With
okay.
the
So
boots and the fur. That's how it
Oh,
went.
is it a song?
Yeah, it's a song.
How's the song go?
It's like apple bottom jeans and the boots and the fur, the fur. The whole crowd was looking at her. She hit the flow. Next thing you know, shoulda got
yeah.
low. Yeah, see, like,
Yeah, I like
see,
that song.
that music right there was like literally like my formative years, like yeah, cause like that
Yeah.
that's who was really popular when I was like 10.
And they weren't even cursing in those songs.
Yeah, I mean not all of them. See, those
They just had. What year was that?
man, that was the era of like Lil Bow Wow.
What year? I mean, that was the 90s.
No, that was like the
No,
turn.
no,
that
that
was
was
that
the
was that was either
oh.
okay. Like Nelly was popping off like the year 2000, to like 2004.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just remember like I just remember the tournament. I remember we saw the ball drop for the tournament of the Millennium with Chris and Newton.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna
you thought I
ask
forgot
you
about that?
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you. Do you remember where
'Cause-
you were
Yeah.
at 2000K?
Yeah.
Because we went to their house.
Mhm.
Your father said he gonna have to go to work because he worked with computers, and he said I may have to go to work at midnight because when the time changed, they are anticipating
Yeah.
the computers to go out of
Yeah,
whack.
I was like, I didn't
But
get
it didn't happen. It
yeah,
didn't happen.
I had
It
no.
didn't happen. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's funny. You probably have less fear of that as a kid. It's funny how like I consider adults to be more rational and
Yeah.
less, but they were probably more like this could happen.
Yeah.
But I was a kid. I was just like,
Yeah, I know. Well, how
when you're a
were
kid, because
how
I
were you-
also didn't see like the big deal when I was a kid about the turn of the millennium. Like
I know you didn't really
because
get
like you're a
into it.
kid, like
Yeah.
I was literally 8 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You know.
you didn't care about that.
Yeah,
You was running around.
Yeah, exactly. Running around Christopher Newton.
Yeah,
like,
Christopher House. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell
Getting in
no
trouble.
Christopher. And Newton.
Oh my goodness, yo.
Tell
They-
no Christopher. Tell no
It
Newton.
was always grounded,
Telling me
man.
let's go home. I don't like Newton. Oh, that was fun. Let's go home, Mom. I'm ready to go home. No, Mom, you gonna spend the night? I don't want to spend the night.
I was saying something like that. That's funny, yo.
Yeah. Do you remember? You probably was young, but remember I had a friend that had like 5 boys or 4 boys. It was like Rick. You probably don't remember. They were closer to Orlando's age, but anyway, they used to come over.
Were they of the light skin persuasion?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think I remember pictures of them. I just don't like have. They're very brief in our lives. I
Yeah, they
remember.
were, they
They were
were.
in and out. Haven't seen them again.
No,
like
no,
very.
I know what they do. They fight. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew her. I knew their mother because their mother used to do my hair. She
Yeah.
was weird.
Oh man, I get them. And like kids just like don't be listening, man.
No.
You know, they just gotta see for themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying though. It's
That's-
pretty annoying. Like I mean, I'm all for it, but part of my job when I was working with the kids was making sure they didn't do those things
I
because
know,
I get in
I
trouble.
know,
You know what I mean?
I know.
I'm just like, oh, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm all for trial and error, and like letting you do your thing, but it's just against the rules. Everything comes down on me.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course,
mean?
of
So,
course,
so
of
that's
course,
why
of
it's just
course.
like, yeah, like
Of
dang.
course, you can lose your job or you
Yeah.
can lose your license or whatever
Yeah.
because
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
Then go home and tell their mom, Mr.
Oh.
Cox hit me.
Yeah.
I didn't hit you.
Oof, been close.
I know, yeah, I was close though. There was a few times I was close.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
Mr.
just like,
Cox did this because kids like to make up stuff
yeah.
when
Oh,
they
yeah.
want something from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, working with kids, you have to always know your boundaries
Yeah.
and your strengths. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta
and
be
the
like,
law.
You gotta be really patient. Man.
You gotta be patient. You gotta be knowledgeable. What age group did you like the most? Did you like those? But when you used to work with the
I can't really tell because like
child care centers,
because little kids are disgusting.
why? Because they snotty
Yeah,
nose,
snotty noses.
wipe their hands
yeah,
on you,
you know, but they're
pick their noses, eat it.
simple. You know what I mean? Like they look nasty, but they're simple. They don't really need much to It's kind of funny. Very rarely did a kid come up to me and he was like, "I'm bored."
Right.
You know what I mean? Little kids don't do that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
Everything's
right.
interesting.
That's true.
And they don't make really being bored your problem.
Right.
But oh man, like, and the level of entitlement for middle schoolers is just up here, man.
Right.
Up here.
And they
Oh
don't get-
my
It's all
God.
about them and
yeah.
me.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, kind of like for little kids too, but like, I don't know, like little kids, they're
10 times.
simple, and they're nicer.
Yeah.
It seems like they're actually it seems like they're more empathetic, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
okay.
I can't explain it. Like they're evil, but at the same time they're like,
yeah, right.
yeah. it
They're
seems-
more likely if somebody's crying, they're more likely to start crying too. Don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, like
That's true.
these middle schoolers is that like they're in that kind of middle stage where like they're like
They're not elementary,
they're not like
and they're not high school.
yeah, exactly,
They're in
they're
between.
getting smarter, they're realizing things about life, and
They're trying to
they're
test a lot
realizing
on you.
realizing that they can do things on their yeah, but like they're testing you, but they're not actually very experienced.
No,
Like, you know what I mean?
no, they're not.
Which they're not
They're
very.
still, to me, babies,
Yeah.
but they're just taller.
Yeah, it's just like they're at the like I don't know what it is about like boom when they're 13 they just think they know it all.
Right.
I don't know what it is like 11 to 13 like it's like a switch goes off. I know everything.
What years of your life do you remember the most?
I remember hanging out with Adamais. Well, I don't say.
Okay.
I know you say Adamais. You got me saying Adamais.
It's Automais?
Yeah, George. You know the Jacques, Ian down the corner.
Okay.
Like that era of my
The
life.
crazy
Maybe
Ian.
like 2000. Yeah. Maybe like 2002 to like 2009.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
2009 was literally like when I was in high school, but like.
Right. I hear
But yeah,
you.
I say like 2000.
That's when your
I'd
memories
say
are
like
clearer.
Yeah, I say like yeah, I remember the most clear. I think I say like the end of elementary school to the the beginning of the middle of elementary school to the end of middle school. I remember the most most memories, most because it's so formative.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, I remember those the most.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah,
So, but you know, they asked me about 5 years ago. I'm like, huh?
I know.
I did that.
know.
I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess and I guess when you were in high school, you remember that because that's the most recent things. Because I
Yeah.
know that's the time when you was like coming home, going to Jock House or whatever. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was like there was like so much freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to believe that like back then I was just living sober.
So what are you saying? You're not sober
Okay,
now?
as in like I didn't drink any alcohol.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You know what I mean? Think about it. You just didn't. You just like walked around and like
And
did stuff.
was that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
That's it's that was a good feeling.
Yeah. Because I think that
Mhm.
because I think that drinking when you get old enough to drink,
Yeah.
okay, it's different. You're like, hey, this is a good feeling. Oh my God, this is I'm gonna drink some now. I'm gonna drink that. And then after about 10 years of doing that, you like burnt out because it's sort of like,
it's not that great.
Yeah, you
I almost
did it
wish that
once,
I
you
almost
did it
wish I didn't
twice.
have the option. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like this has been more self-destructive than fun.
Yeah.
To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
So
Um,
then you realize like,
not that
okay,
great.
I drink every once in
Yeah,
a
people-
while.
These kids. I just remember when I was working with some of my coworkers who couldn't wait till she was 20. She was
I
like, I'm
know.
almost there.
I'm going to Las
I'm
Vegas.
just
I'm
like-
gonna get towed
I'm just
up.
like.
Yeah, right.
It's when you can see the
right.
difference between
Right.
these coworkers. They're so young and they're just like, I'm about to like go down. Just like,
Right.
it's crazy. Like it was about like a little over 5 year like difference, but you can see the difference in like attitude towards life. You know what I'm saying? That like getting twisted for the weekend was like the moral of the story.
Right.
I'm just
and
like
nothing else mattered. What happened? What'd you do?
Yeah.
Man, I was out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't remember anything
just
you
like,
did?
yeah,
You don't. Yeah.
cool.
It's like, man, I just got wasted. Man,
Yeah.
I was so wasted. I didn't know where I was, and that was fun.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just like
When you think back, you go like, well, I
Yeah.
was I threw up on everything, and that was fun. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't know.
I mean,
fun for the memories.
I think it's just a passage, a
Yeah.
rite of passage, or experience that you have to go through
It
to
was
realize, like, man, all that.
it was just so odd that I was aging all this time, and then like one day I was like, here's my ID, and then he was like, here you go, and like there's like no limit to how much alcohol I can actually buy.
Exactly.
It's kind of weird, like after a single day passes, it's like, oh, you're 21 now. Well, yeah, like
Right.
like yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Tell me more about the things you were doing as a kid, hanging out with Betty and all that, using watermelon rinds as skates. I can't believe that. Using what was it? Sorry, stomping on cans. Yeah,
tap dance?
yeah. Y'all are bragging about that.
I know. You see, they remembered it, don't they?
Yeah, you guys are bragging. I can understand you guys are bragging about the creativity.
And the creativity of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed outside. We wasn't inside because we didn't have a TV. We had a TV, and it probably works sometimes if you put a clothes hanger
Oh,
as your
man.
antenna.
Yeah.
You can catch about 4 channels, black and white, and the same shows every day, like Leave It to Beaver, Father Know Best, Highway Patrol. Those were all like black and white movies in the 60s or whatever. So watching TV really wasn't that enjoyable,
I get
because
that.
and you would come in
It wasn't
only if
quality.
you had a good show that was coming on. Like
Right.
they say, oh, Donna Ross going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock on Channel 5.
Yeah.
Everybody came in the house
Right. It was
to watch that.
TV was much more of an event back then.
Right, and it was one
even,
TV.
Even when I was like a little kid, it was a little bit more of an event.
Yeah. And it was one TV, and it
Yeah.
was in the living room.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Kids didn't have TVs in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
So it was always in the living room. Everybody's centered around it.
Kids didn't have TVs in the.
Right. So
That's funny, man.
So when I was growing up, we had depending on what age you had, what age I was, but I just remember that when I was like in middle school, we had one TV, a little black and white TV, and you had to change the channel with some pliers, and you leave the pliers on there. Because if you don't have the pliers, you can't change the channel.
That's insane, man.
So if you need the pliers, you got to take the pliers from the TV, go fix what you got to fix, and bring the pliers back for the TV. Otherwise, you couldn't change the channel. Because the knob that go like this was broken.
Oh, my goodness.
So you got to use some pliers. And then you got to use a clothes hanger
To
catch the signals.
Okay.
Now, it's amazing how you figure that stuff out, though.
Yeah.
And you be like, stand over there, stand right there, hold the pliers.
Yeah, there was no internet. Yeah, I'm sure at a certain point, like you were holding it, or someone was holding it,
Right.
Like when your sisters or brothers,
Right.
And you're like, stay there. They're like, I wanna
Exactly.
watch. Stay there.
They'd be like this. You be like, okay, don't move.
Yeah. Ever notice
Okay.
how like sometimes like you have it in a position, right, and it's like, but when you let go, it goes fuzzy.
Yes.
It's funny how like you have something to do with kind
I
of
know,
strengthening the signal. I have no idea, but I feel
That's
like
interesting. That's an interesting
I-
concept.
yeah.
Like you are a part of the universe.
Yeah.
You have electricity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I mean
in your
that.
body.
Yeah, I mean.
I never thought about
when you
that.
that's what kind of freaks me out about getting electrocuted. Essentially, like the electricity is traveling through the water in your blood. Isn't that kind of? I feel very violated when I think of it
Wow.
that way. Like it's traveling through the water in the water in your blood and through your veins, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
In an
I don't
instant.
think I want to get. But I
Yeah.
have been shocked. You know, you
Yeah.
plug something into the wall. You plug something in the wall, and it shocks you. You jump
Yeah.
back.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done something stupid, man.
You did something like that,
I
Malcolm?
remember. I think everyone was still living in the house when
At this house?
Yeah, I was playing with my Legos, and I had one of your bobby pins for
Oh
some
my!
reason.
You put it in the socket.
Not like to like see what would happen, but like I was like reenacting like like TV, and then like I made him like I was acting like Lego Man was pinned against the wall with the bobby pin, and then I put it in the socket, and then it was
Oh
like,
my God.
and then like I was
Oh my God! That's
Yeah,
probably why I got
lit-
that black spot on the wall in there now. I'm gonna show it to you when we get in the house. I got a black mark on the wall.
I don't know about maybe, but it was in your room now. It was in there, and it was on there was like there was black like
smoke.
Yeah, black, not smoke, but like black like
So,
like there's just that black kind of like streak, that black streak that's like on something after something burns or
yeah, I'm
whatever.
gonna show you. I
It
got.
was, it was
When we get-
I can show you the socket.
I'm gonna show you a
it's the
socket look just like
It's
that.
the socket that's controlling your light that you untwist.
But now I use the switch. Thank you much.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm gonna show you a socket that reminds me of what you're talking about.
I was watching this YouTube video about how like black people only black people know how to work their stuff. Like what I'm saying, like we'll have a car door that's broken. I'm like, you gotta like
Right,
hit
right.
it
You gotta
this
hit
time.
it, get out
gotta
the
lift the
window.
thing. Yeah, exactly. And then you gotta kind of inch it out, and then you open it.
Then you
know
jiggle
what
it
I'm-
a little bit.
You jiggle a little bit.
Then you jiggle it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, you know what they say. I'm gonna try to say it, but necessity is the father of inventions.
Yeah.
So if you need something done, you don't have the money,
Right.
you're gonna find a way.
Yeah, I
And
was
that
like,
is
yeah.
true for black people.
Yeah, I mean, broke people are innovative,
Yeah,
man.
innovative, very innovative,
I don't know,
very
man. I
innovative.
was
Like I said, when I was using, when we didn't have no skates, and I was using.
I can't believe that. To me, I used to be like, man, because it's like, you're talking about the watermelon rinds?
Yes.
That's insane. Where'd you even like write that? I don't understand.
I don't
Like
know.
what?
I think that anything that we used for one thing had a purpose for
Yeah.
another.
I feel like no matter where you are, you'd go like 1.5 feet max.
Well, that was fun. That's Malcolm. That was one more foot that I could go otherwise. So yeah, I think that.
I can see like one of your brothers being just a jokester. Like you might as well just walk. I can see
Well, it
Terry
wasn't-
being
yeah.
being a jokester,
Well,
man.
it wasn't that we were trying to get nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just a fun of sliding.
It seems like Terry was the me in the family.
Yeah, probably. He probably was. Well, yeah, well, what you doing? Yeah, it wasn't so much you was trying to get to the store. It was just like the fun of doing it in the backyard.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't like you trying to get to the store. It wasn't like a skateboard.
Like, I think you know, my generation, the generation after me, kind of like it's they're missing the fun of creativity.
Yeah, I think
like
so
you know
too.
what I mean.
And like it's creativity, and it's impromptu. It's improvisation. You guys don't have all that, like improvise or promptu stuff.
Right.
Like I think that with you guys, y'all depend on the equipment stuff, making you guys happy,
Yeah.
or making you get to the next level. We're
Right.
dependent on our hands, our minds, things that were laying around to get it to the next level. So, like if I had some rocks, you know, you know,
I throw them.
I know, yeah, we used to collect the rocks and throw them in the river because you know, how far can you throw them?
Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing.
Right. So, but we can walk. Can you walk to a river down here or a lake? Because we used to walk and go crawfishing.
Right.
We're gonna go crawfishing tomorrow. We get up
That's
in the morning.
Louisiana for sure.
We get up in the morning.
Well, I'm supposed to go crawfishing.
Yeah, we get up in the morning, get out little nets,
Mhm.
and just put the nets out there. That's our lunch. That was our lunch. We bring it home, and we're boiling and eat the crawfish.
Out that dirty river.
And when we boil them, you boil all the dirt off. When you're boiling them, you put them in a big pot with some hot water and some salt, and that was the best lunch you ever had. That was it. You know, it's one thing about crawfish; they don't have very much meat in it, though.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's funny. You did all that eating,
Yeah.
and the shell was like 90% of the crawfish.
That is funny. Well, that sounds exciting.
I know,
kinda.
but we used to go down there, catch them, and then my mother had a garden in the backyard. She'll grow like tomatoes, greens.
See, that's why you guys are living to be like 100
Yeah,
because you guys had all this like
yeah.
natural food.
And we'll go in the backyard, and, you know, like after we finish eating that crawfish, go get a tomato, put some salt on it, eat that tomato. It was delicious because it was fresh.
Wait, you just crack it off, throw some salt on it?
Yeah, bite it. Yeah, you just bite it and
Dang,
put some salt
man.
on it.
Ugh.
Lemon trees. You go lemon
Yeah.
trees, cut it. Slice it open, put some salt on it, and suck all the juice out of it. Yeah, that was good. And lemons is good for you. Lemons are good for you.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean.
But also we used to have fig trees.
Right.
We had a fig tree in our yard. Go get some figs, eat those.
Yeah.
We was never hungry like that. My mother had food, not much, but you can always find food on trees.
Right.
Fig trees.
Is this tree still like?
Yeah, it still produces fruit.
That's crazy. Is it kind of?
things? Yeah,
What are those? Like kumquats? What are
I
those?
think they're loquats, kumquats.
I never like really knew.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody goes like this kumquat, loquat,
Yeah.
but they're good. They're just like trees like that.
Right.
We had trees like that. We also have pomegranate trees. Oh, that was the best. Because like here, if you try to buy a pomegranate out the store, it's like $5. You get them for free.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just like, who do these people think they are, man?
And pecan trees. Oh my goodness, we had a pecan tree.
What the heck? It sounds like you're describing the Garden of Eden. Like, where?
Yes.
We must have missed out.
Oh, because
Whoa.
fresh pecans, you know how you buy them at the store? They already peeled.
Yeah, aren't they like
They
really
old
soft?
and dried up.
Oh.
But when you get them off the tree,
Aren't they soft? Like,
they nice and soft
Yeah.
and has natural
oils and juices?
oils in it. Oh,
Right.
that's the best thing ever. We used to and then you can pick a bag off the tree
Right.
and sell it and take it to the store and sell it. You can sell it to the store. Like say you want like a quarter or $1.
Right.
Go pick a bag of pecans and sell them at the store. And
Right.
You can get like a quarter or
That's crazy.
like $1 because the stores used to sell them at higher prices to the rich people.
Right.
It's just like the pecans that we get here. We don't grow pecans in California, so we get them from Louisiana. But by the time they get to us, they already dried out because they set them around. Because the pecan season is not all year round. It's only like during the winter time. I think it's winter time. I want to say it's winter time. So we have pecan trees. We have pecans off the tree. Pecans, figs, what do you call it? I just said pomegranates. That was like delicious. I want that life back again. Plum
Yeah.
trees. We have plum trees. Oh, I love plum.
Yeah, I mean that sounds
Plum
exciting.
trees.
You know what I mean? It sounds like a whole different experience
Whew.
to kind of just like walk
Yeah.
out there, see what the day leads. I mean, I'm
Yes.
saying, and kind of
Yes.
like you learn something, and then you have something that you might want to do. Like I'm saying, that you might want to do repeatedly. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, like we did that one time. We can go get some more
Yeah,
crawfish.
yeah.
You
Yeah, we
know,
knew it. We did.
I
Every time
just
you go like, let's go crawfishing today. Okay. Well, we went yesterday. Let's go again today. You go early in the
yeah.
morning.
I feel like. I feel like my young life was a little bit like that. We weren't really planting stuff and going up to trees and fishing for crawfish.
Right.
But I just remember biking up and down the street with my friends.
Here on this street.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember when I had those rollerblades?
Yeah, and I remember
into
mainly
that.
when you had those scooters. Those scooters.
Oh yeah, the scooter.
Those
Yeah.
scooters drove me crazy. Y'all wanted. It was called the Razors.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all wanted a Razor.
Yeah, I just remember like you were the queen of getting like the other thing of the thing we wanted.
You want the Razor? I got you the blade. You say, Mama, I wanted the Razor. Well, this close enough. It's the blade.
Yeah. Oh God, oh
You be
my
like,
God.
oh wow.
Yeah. It's the same thing, boy.
It's the same thing. No, it's not, Mama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh
funny.
no.
So that's what I remember you guys doing that on the skateboard. I mean, on the scooters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I remember you guys doing. The bike, I don't remember you riding the bike as much. Did you ride a bike a lot?
Yeah,
I think we used to go
I
bike
think we did
riding
the scooter
over.
thing more because I could just whip that guy out, fold him.
And we used to take the bikes over, I think, to CSUN
Yeah.
and ride around because there's no cars. Did we ride the bikes around there? No.
CSUN?
Okay. Yeah, because
Ooh,
CSUN.
maybe actually.
CSUN, you could ride. You could ride because when school's not in, you can like on Saturdays and Sundays. We used to ride around because it's no traffic and it has nice areas to ride your bike.
Right.
So we used to ride the bikes over there.
I still
Yeah.
can't believe Orlando used to. I feel like I'm remembering it wrong because it just sounds insane. But
What?
Orlando used to ride his skateboard down that hill.
Yeah. He didn't do it all the way.
Yeah.
He's a little scared, but
Yeah.
but he was a trooper.
Yeah, that
He
was
was a
yeah.
trooper. He was a
Yeah,
trooper.
he definitely had a really. Orlando had a more athletic command over his body than I did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You
You're
know what
like
I mean?
you're like AD and Orlando was like LeBron.
Dang, it's like that.
Yeah, I already thought about it.
Yeah.
I put some thought into it already.
You remember Orlando could jump over the hood
Trash
of your car?
can. He jumped over he had 3 trash cans lined up. He could jump over. Remember? I don't know you remember. Yeah, he could
I don't remember that, but
he
I
jumped over
believe
the top
it.
of a car. Yeah,
He jumped over the hood of a car. I just
Yeah.
remember, when he did that. That was crazy to
I
me.
know. I just that boy
he
was physically
Yeah, because
and mentally.
I remember like
He would have been like a superstar.
I remember being just like a better basketball player than Orlando, but
Yeah,
but
you
like
were.
but
But
like
he was a
at
better
shooting,
soccer player than
but
you.
Orlando was just like a better athlete than me.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Orlando was just
Yeah. Basketball was you.
Mhm.
Soccer was Orlando.
Mhm.
But all the way around, Orlando was the better.
Yeah,
athlete.
he was athletic,
Like
man.
like he could probably run track and really been really well. Or
Right.
do a high jump. He would have been. Really
Yeah, what I'm saying. Orlando should have been like
he
a
could've-
jumper,
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have jumped and he could have swam too. He was a good swimmer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was very coordinated. His body was very coordinated. For some reason, you can just see it. Like you can just see.
I remember Orlando spent like 1 month with Master Ma, and he was just like this I don't know 14-year-old that was like
I know.
super cut.
I know.
I could see all the veins in his muscles, and I was just like,
But you know what? He didn't. But it's funny because Orlando was like very talented,
Mhm.
but he didn't want to hurt anybody. He didn't even want to fight back.
Right.
Sort of like you.
Yeah.
Remember? We say hit him back. I ain't hit him. That's why he hit it nobody.
Mhm.
But because during Master Ma time, Master Ma would go like, he didn't want to hit back.
Yeah.
Like that. And
And we're
I don't want to hit him hard.
yeah. We're seekers of peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were brainwashed by MLK's message.
Yes, you are. Every year. I put it on every year. Sit down, listen. I should have raised y'all around Malcolm X.
No, you should have. Yeah, we're over here.
So that y'all be.
We
y'all.
was watching them now. We was reading Lil Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I tell you that.
So?
Yeah, exactly.
So?
That did not work.
I know.
But I get the sentiment. You're supposed to be unbothered, but I don't know, man. Like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's just it didn't. it didn't get it to stop.
I know. But I don't think that you guys had a problem being bullied.
Yeah.
Y'all never came home and said he talked about me.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like I was probably a person that like bullies would love to bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they
But
didn't
I was
bully you.
just like too tall,
That's what it was.
too
That's
cool.
What it was. That's what it was.
You know what I mean? Like,
And Orlando was your brother
yeah,
in high school. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Atlanta was cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I really, being tall does have its advantages.
Right.
And being tall, people think you can fight.
Mm-hmm.
Think I ain't
Yeah,
gonna fight
people
him.
just think, yeah, you know, exactly.
People thought that about me.
I was looking down at everybody.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everybody.
When I was in the elementary school, they go, "Oh, we gonna fight her? She too tall." That's what they used to say to the other person, like she's tall. I'm like, and I'll be like, I'll be happy that they talk themselves out of it.
All right, cool. It's working. All right, that's it.
Yeah. Well, there's so much to talk about, you
Yeah.
know. But we could pick it up again because I enjoy this conversation. I enjoy just talking with you
Yeah.
as my son because, you know, like one day, like you said, you're gonna look back and go, like,
Yeah.
"My mom had this conversation outside."
Exactly. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think that other families should do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I had hoped that we would do the same thing with my mother. You know,
Yeah.
well, we do have, but see, with us, we have a lot of pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm happy about that. You know, like your
Yeah.
generation, y'all don't have pictures to look back
Yeah,
on.
I mean we do got pictures, but they're just
They're in your
not,
phone
they're not,
somewhere.
They're not valuable anymore, like
Right.
you know, because of
Okay,
that.
they all, know why they ain't valuable?
Yeah,
because
because
they all, what do you call that? Selfies.
Yeah, exactly.
What are people? Oh, they behind me somewhere.
I think also because it's like, you know, I can go, that one was bad, you know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Whereas with a camera,
Because
if
yeah,
you took a bad shot,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
gonna be printed.
because like that kind of orchestration is like it's less personality.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? You know, the
yes.
more you like
Everybody
again, the more it's like
Everybody looks good.
Yeah.
Nobody's caught off guard.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's your generation, right?
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, but pictures are amazing. I like looking at the pictures.
Yeah, I know
that,
you do.
um,
So okay, so we can do this again.
mhm.
But for right now, we can sign off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great job, Mal.
Yeah. All right.